Well, hello there, my fellow Doombots. And today, by popular demand, I'm going to be talking about One World Under Doom. And One World Under Doom, if you don't know already, is the new Doctor Doom Marvel comic written by Ryan North about Doctor Doom finally ruling planet Earth. I read it already. I thought it was a great comic book. It has some good points in it, even though I think there are a couple things that I thought were a little bit off. But without further ado, right now I'm going to be reacting to a video called Doctor Doom Takes Over the World by Comics Explained. So I'm going to be reacting to his takes on this comic. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we're going to have a great time watching this video.
Oh my God, guys, this story is amazing. I am back from Puerto Rico. I feel good.
Like the vibes.
Valentine's Day week. We got a lot to catch up on, chaps. Doctor Doom is taking over the world, and it's amazing. And for good.
So yeah, in this comic, Doctor Doom takes over the entire world. He's talking with all of the governments, and they all agree that there's only one way for world peace, and that is if Doctor Doom rules the world.
Measure. At the end of this video, I'll give you guys a brief history of Doctor Doom taking over the world and even the multiverse over the course of Marvel Comics. But this opens up with the Doctor Doom speech, as it always does, because Doom makes the best speeches.
Agreed. Doctor Doom always has the best speeches. I think my favorite one is in Doom War, where he convinces the cat god of Wakanda why he is the only way for world peace. Basically, convincing the cat god of Wakanda that without Doctor Doom, the entire human civilization will destroy itself because he is the only way to world peace. His will, his domination of the human race is the only way that we can survive. So yeah, Doctor Doom always gives the best speeches. Agreed.
And I am so glad this is written by Ryan North, because outside of Hickman, man, he's got Doom on lockdown. So he says, you rush to platitudes like drowning men swarming a lifeboat.
Damn.
Two peaceful nations will not choose to go to war with one another. You tell yourselves, as if repetition makes it true. Yet even a superficial glance at history proves it. Government will not save you.
Government will not save you. When wars are being fought, the wars are being fought out of financial interest. Like Woody Harrelson said on the JRE experience, if there was no money in war, there would be no war. It's a business. You are not fighting for your country. You are not fighting for your freedom in most of these wars. It's a financial war. It's all about selling more weapons. It's all um, about the about creating more violence, giving weapons, supplying them to your enemies so that wars can continue. And this is why I agree that the only way for world peace is for Doctor Doom to take over and to decide with an iron fist what is and what is not good, because there's so much corruption in today's society. The only way forward is Doom.
But no two countries colonized by the same fast food franchises have ever attacked each other, you plead, and this is equally untrue. Capitalism will not, cannot save you. Nothing can save you, save for the enlightened rule of a single person who can make the hard choices.
I 100% agree with this. Doctor Doom is the person to lead us. Victor Von Doom is our Lord and Savior, and without him, we are doomed. We are doomed to a futile existence where we will get destroyed and literally be shrunken down so little by the corruption of the people in power. There's only one way forward, and that is Doom. It is the truth.
Who is above being bribed, being corrupted, who does not care about the petty comforts that confound other men. Doom is above money. Doom is above desire. Doom is above all. And in his magnanimity, it is his pity, in his greatness, that Doom.
Amazing. Amazing. It is just, I cannot describe it any other way. How Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom, is written in this comic, that speech, chef's kiss, magnanimity. Whoa, what a word. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? What does magnanimity mean? Magnanimity. I need to put that in my Doom catalog. The fact or condition of being magnanimous. Generosity. So magnanimity is the generosity of our Lord and Savior, Dr. Doom. The magnanimity in his pity, in his greatness. Amazing. That is a great speech.
His magnanimity, it is his pity, in his greatness, that Doom will save you. Now, this is only the first part of it, right? Because he goes on and he says, earlier this morning, the leaders of every nation on earth, kings and queens and warlords and presidents, each willfully swore fealty to Doom. As
amazing. Yeah, this is the way. This is the only way for world peace, is if Victor Von Doom, is if Dr. Doom leads the entire human civilization to peace. The only way forward is Doom.
As of this moment, every nation on earth has become a province of a unified earth, a new grand united LATVERIA. To those watching this broadcast, I know it must be shocking for you. Changes to power hierarchies often are. And I know what you now expect. Perhaps slave labor, building eternal monuments to the glory of Doom, or perhaps death squads to hunt down the enemies of Doom, finally ending the threat of the dangerous and hated Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. No.
And he shows mercy, even to the most disgusting and vile of them all. Doom shows mercy. He is the way forward. Even though he is showing mercy, Doombots, we still think that Reed Richards should not be a part of the New World under Doom. No way. No way. I disagree with that all the way, but that is why he is Dr. Doom. That is why he is the greatest. Dr. Doom is the only way forward. Even the most vile, he can show mercy. But if they step out of line, us Doombots will be the first to destroy Reed Richards. So he better stay in line, all of you so-called heroes. There's only one hero. There's only one untold, unsung hero. There's one person who is the ultimate Marvel hero, and that is Doom. Dr. Doom is the necessary force to bring forward world peace, and not just a so-called victory for evil over good. No, it will be set in concrete. There will be a law laid down, and finally human civilization can flourish under Doom. This is the only way. One world under Doom is the only way towards world peace. And if you cannot see this, then you are a fool. You are a fool.
This is genius. He says, for in the face of his unprecedented power, Doom is not petty. Doom is humble. Doom is magnanimous.
He is magnanimous. He is generosity incarnate. He is a true leader of the people. Dr. Doom is the ultimate hero. Amazing. He has two small decrees. What shall they be?
And Doom begins his rule with but two small decrees. War between nations is, of course, outlawed. There shall be no conflict between LATVERIA's provinces.
it's now the country of Latveria. Amazing. War is outlawed. The war machine is stopped. The only way to stop war is by stop making it profitable. And if you try to make a profit of the blood of the innocents, you deserve to get kicked off this planet. You don't deserve the mercy. No one will step out of bound because doom is the only way. And if you trifle with doom, you trifle with Latveria. And Latveria has teeth. We are a nation of lions. Ultimate. No war. No war. Yes. Amazing.
This is the new peace under Doom, the Pax Victoris.
Pax
It is the
Victoris.
first of Doom's gifts to the world. The second gift is this: you are all citizens of Earth, yet you have not been, until now, been treated with the same baseline respect that demands. You have struggled under inequality. You have been made to go without medicine, without
It is a sickness. It is a sickness of corruption that this planet Earth has. It's the people who take advantage of the weak. It is the monsters, the demons that take away health care for those in need. It is disgusting. It is disgusting that there are people out there calling themselves heroes, putting up charities just to launder money, denying health care, denying study, student debt. These are all of the things that this inept system of government has given us. We elect people who pretend to represent us, but they only represent their own financial interests. This is why we need Dr. Doom. This is why we shall be united under one flag of Latveria, with the meaning of peace, prosperity, and wealth. No one shall go hungry. No one shall be suppressed by the corrupt system, which only takes. It takes, and it does nothing. It does nothing to benefit you. It is the only way. One world under doom is the only way for us as a people, as a society, to evolve. The only way.
knowledge. You have been made to pay for basic care, or you have been made to die.
Disgusting.
But there are certain privileges to being Latverian, and there is a certain minimum standard of living that Latveria bestows and insists upon for all of her citizens. Every nation will not only care for the bodies of her citizens through free and truly universal health care, but it will also...
Yes! This is what I'm talking about. Universal healthcare. Nobody dies for no reason. And if you go to the hospital, you will not get destroyed financially because of these corrupt insurance companies. It is disgusting. It is disgusting that we are living in a world, in this day, in 2025, where the little guy still gets put down. Dr. Doom is the only way. This is the only way for us as a society to prosper. How many times do you have to be pressed with your face in the dirt to realize that the people in power do not care for you? They don't. They make you go to their churches while they fly private over the globe. And you cannot even pay for your car insurance. It's disgusting. You get sick, get fired from your job. What do you have? Nothing. You worked your entire life to do what? Die paying a mortgage? This is no way of living. This is no way of living. We shall conquer. We shall get rid of the sickness which is the corruption within these groups, within these places of power. And it's only under doom that we will finally have tranquility of mind, and that we finally will prosper, go to the promised land of Latveria. We shall be united as one, and the sickness will be cut out. There's no place for all of this.
For everyone who chooses to avail themselves of it, no longer shall the highest levels of attainment be reserved only for those who can afford emigration, much less schooling.
It is ridiculous that you have to go broke to study, that you have to literally destroy yourself to learn something, to be able to function in society. It is horrible that you put these young men and women, these young people, in a situation where they get the choice: don't study and be afraid that you do not get a job, or study and pay off your student loan debts until you're 60. It's insane.
Ideas, these easy, inarguable wins for civilization, are not new. They are expensive, yes, and complex, but they were never impossible. They have simply been left on the table through greed, through moral cowardice, and doom suffers from neither affliction.
100%. That's why you need Doctor Doom. This is why every single hero that is stopping so-called hero, any single so-called hero from Captain America to Spider-Man, they are all inferior. They know what the problem is. They have the power to change it. But at the end of the day, it's all about money. It's about keeping the status quo. That is what these so-called heroes are about. They don't want real change. These so-called heroes, they do not want real change. Doctor Doom is the ultimate hero because he is the one who sees the world for what it truly is: a corrupt and sick planet which has to be cured. The cancer of the greed of these people has to be cut out of our society. You have to realize this. That Doom is the only way for true peace on Earth. The only way.
Now, at the time that he's making this speech, there's just one example here of a military guy who's basically plotting to try to take out Doom, or at the very least, reduce the influence of Doom. But he continues on his speech and he says, "This is, incidentally, the moment when my address would have ended, were it not for an uprising already being planned against me in Kazakhstan. And I see there are also rogue elements in the militaries of Russia, Burundi, and India who move against Doom. And now, yes, Samovar, Canada, and even the United States."
I love it, man. One of my fellow Doombots jumps through the wall to beat this dude's ass. That's how it should be, man. You don't mess with Doom.
Pointing, but not unexpected. Change is
Smash that
always
dude
hard,
up.
but do not worry. These minor uprisings have already been dealt with. The Pax Victoris stands, and these provinces will not be punished, for Doom is mercy. But know that even Doom's mercy has his limits. So in effect, he kills everybody that's trying to rise up against him. And he says,
these people, what I said, they're the same as the heroes. They only want to keep the status quo. They don't care about the normal guy. They don't care. They only want to keep things the way they are because they don't know what to do else. They can only function in the corrupt society that has raised them up to the place that they are. They don't care. That's the truth about these so-called heroes. Von Doom is the only hero.
So in effect, he kills everybody that's trying to rise up against him. And he says, my cabinet and I will be watching events closely from here in Latveria, working for our greater glory. There will be further broadcasts as events warrant. A final note, Doom has left your old leaders in place, free to govern just as they have before.
Nice.
Save for the responsibility.
Because that's at the end of the day, you know? If you really think about it, what humankind should be is it is live and let live. You know? You do your thing, I do my thing. I make my stupid videos. You go kickboxing. She teaches some people how to paint. That dude is rocking on a guitar. That lady is a surfboard instructor. Everybody just wants to live and do what they love, you know. That's what you know, a wealthy country should be. You want to do something? Nothing is stopping you from doing it. You just do it. But the systems that are in place in today's society are there to put people down. That's the horrible thing about it. They're there to put people down, put them in little boxes, work, pay your taxes, pay your mortgage, pay your student loans, and then you blink your eyes twice, and you're fucking dead. Okay? Your life's over, and you spent your entire life being somebody else's puppet. There is no place to develop yourself. There is no place to find true happiness. That's just the sad truth. And that's why Doom is the only way forward. The only way.
Of implementing my orders. Your day-to-day
beautiful
will not
LATVERIA
change,
flag.
except for, as you have already seen, certain significant improvements. Know too that this transition is being implemented with the full support of your leaders.
Doom is wisdom. Doom is power. Doom is prosperity.
And only Doom can save you. End transmission.
Amazing.
Now, what Doom is doing here, right? And let's kind of have this little bit of a discussion about Doom historically conquering the world. So what Doom is doing here is a total breakaway of what he's historically done in Marvel. And it's the smartest thing that he could have really pulled off here. The first real, I would argue, notable instance of Doom successfully taking over the world was the Emperor Doom storyline. And what I'll do is I'll create
Emperor Doom storyline. I haven't read this comic yet. But I'm interested to see what he's talking about. Real quick though, it's pretty dope that Doctor Doom has the full support of all of these countries, you know, because that is smart. You make it so that people don't feel like they are being duped, but actually they are getting what they want. They don't want these wars, you know. They don't want the corruption. At the end of the day, everybody just wants to live their own life, you know. They just want to live their own life.
Playlist that you can click at the end of this video that has all the stories where Doom has conquered the world, the ones we're talking about here. But Emperor Doom is where he used the powers of the Purple Man, Zebediah Killgrave, amplified.
The Purple Man. I think the Purple Man is like a dude who can make other people do what he wants them to do. That was the villain of Jessica Jones, right? I think so.
Them and then took over the world essentially through mind control.
Yeah, mind control.
This, of course, was a forced form of world domination, and one that society resisted once they realized what it was that was going on.
Yeah.
There was this really, really cool statement made by Hawkeye at the end of the story after Doom was defeated, where he kind of mused, and he was like, okay, yes, we've defeated Doom. The world is back to the way that it was before. But when Doom ruled it, the world was better off, arguably.
100%. So basically, the heroes fought so that the corruption of today's society could survive. And that's just the great juxtaposition. It's just, who are you fighting for? Are you fighting for the people, or are you fighting for the system? And Hawkeye is making a great point. If you ask me, if you ask me, Cap, things are still a little muddy in the area.
than it was before. There was no war. There was no stealing, no none of that stuff. The world knew peace. And Captain
Yeah.
America's argument was, yes, the world is crappy now, right? It was better when it was under Doom, I guess, maybe. But like people have freedom now. And so it was this really cool
But
film.
freedom to do what? You shouldn't have ultimate freedom. You shouldn't have the freedom to hurt other people. And that is the freedom that these people in power have, to put others down. And that's why we should empower somebody who is not corrupt. This is why Doctor Doom should be in power. The ultimate hero is the one who makes choices that don't make you popular, but in actuality are the right things to do. That's just it.
Philosophical argument. Now, of course, you go into a few other stories beyond that. Doom War is one of the
Oh,
most
I love Doom War.
notable ones where he almost did it again. But that was after he stole all the vibranium from Wakanda and used it to amplify his magical powers. That, of course, resulted in Black Panther having to nullify all vibranium in existence.
Yeah, that was crazy. Because he literally had all of the vibranium, and then Black Panther T'Challa had like a device that like took all of the magical properties out of it, basically also destroying his own country in the process because vibranium is like the lifeblood of Wakanda. So I think that's also kind of weird. Like, he's right, he is right, and still you destroy the lifeblood of your country. Literally, like here, yeah. Black Panther literally destroys the lifeblood of his country just to stop Doom from bringing world peace. It's horrible. Horrible thing to do.
And vibranium just became an inert chunk of rock. It had
Yeah.
no magical properties or anything like that, right? It was no different than a piece of rock on the side of the road. It was due to the fact that they bought up country's national debt that Wakanda stayed rich. But the fact is, right, when you look at things like Secret Wars 2015, where Doctor Doom seizes control of the power of the Beyonders.
That was more him rescuing the entire universe than him taking over the world. Because literally every single universe was getting destroyed, every single Earth was getting destroyed. The only way he could save it was by rebuilding it in his own vision.
And creates Battleworld out of what's basically left of the multiverse from the various incursions. It's all kind of been Doctor Doom in some capacity forcing his will.
I love the God Emperor Doom, though. I love God Emperor Doom, that white glove. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a Mega Doom unboxing. I got a Victor Von Doom God Emperor Doom figure. I got a Secret Wars figure with the 2-pack with Captain Marvel. I love the Secret Wars storylines. I read both. I really recommend them.
Onto existence. But what he's doing here is genius, because now he's no longer just seizing control of the world from people. What Doctor Doom recognizes is two things. Number one, in times of desperation, people will believe what they want to believe.
Yep.
Logic is completely irrelevant, right? Like in times of desperation, people are logical beings more than they're rational beings. And so by appealing to that, he also appeals to the second thing, which is people are creatures of habit. The world can
100%. People are always creatures of habit. They just want to do what works and keep on doing that. That's why people like a stable job. They just want to know that at the end of each month, they're getting a paycheck. And so they're really risk averse. And by letting the government still be run, by these politicians, these faces, they know they can slowly transition into the prosperous society that will be Latveria.
burning down around them. But as long as they don't feel like their everyday life is changing much, people will be fine, right? People will be okay.
Yeah.
People do not like it when things change drastically. And so by coming along and saying life as you know it will essentially stay the same. It's just now you're being ruled by one guy, and all the other presidents, kings, queens, whatever, are really more just regents, right? They're generals or people like that.
Yep.
They're just kind of keeping an
it's
eye
super
on
smart.
the places that now belong to me. People's lives don't change. And for the most
By the
part,
way, I gotta say, I love the Doctor Doom look with the red cape. It's pretty dope with Sorcerer Supreme cape. I think he became Sorcerer Supreme in Blood Hunt.
Everything's fine. But the bigger point to all of this, and something that we're going to notice by the end of this video, Doctor Doom is actually weaponizing the public against the superheroes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the smartest thing he could have done. Because what this does is it switches over to a combination of the Avengers and the Fantastic.
These bunch of bozos, man. They all know Doom is right. And still, they try to stop him. Futile.
Yes, Storm is here, but Storm has recently joined the Avengers and Marvel. For those of you guys who have not been following up.
I have not been
and of course,
following.
This leads to Carol Danvers, who's currently the leader of the
Only
Avengers, simply
Doom.
saying, like, I'm open to suggestions. And what's really interesting here is there's this amazing discussion back and forth, right? Where they're like, there's no way this is real, right? And it's just kind of like, no, I mean, this looks real. And they kind of analyze it in a variety of ways, right? Spider-Man asked the question, right? So with all those heads of states just going along with this, are we thinking like mind control, right? Being replaced?
Some secret and especially Dr. Doomy third option. Put some respect on Dr. Doom's name, Spider-Man, you menace. Jeez. There must be a reason Doom attempted this now after having stolen the mantle of the Sorcerer Supreme from me. So he is the Sorcerer Supreme. Dr. Doom is the Sorcerer Supreme in this comic. And I think that happened in Blood Hunt, which was some kind of vampire Marvel event.
By Doombots and some kind of, secret and especially third Doomy option or something like that. And Doctor Strange chimes in and is like, there has to be a reason that he's doing all of this, right? After having stolen the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme from me, right? It has to be something relative to magic. Now, for those of you guys who don't know about that, right, kind of a quick aside here to sort of fill in this gap, that Marvel had a story called Blood Hunt.
Yeah, Blood Hunt.
And your mileage may vary on whether or not you enjoyed Blood Hunt as a story, but at the end of it, because the story basically revolved around Blade being possessed by this just ancient vampiric entity named Varney, essentially encasing the world in what was supposed to be eternal darkness, that only Doctor Doom really knew how to fix.
I haven't read this, but I am going to pick up the Doctor Doom stories that are in this comic, because it does look great. I love this image of Doctor Doom here.
But he needed the powers of Doctor Strange to do it. And so Doctor Strange, quote unquote, temporarily lent his mantle of sorcerer.
This looks sick. I like this look. Doesn't matter. I just need a Doctor Doom figure for every single outfit he has worn. Though I am not the biggest fan of the mouth here. Like, why does it not have this? I don't get it. Looks like his face.
Supreme to Doctor Doom. Of course, Doctor Doom basically saved the day and then was like, you'll get your power.
Doctor Doom saves the day 100%. I gotta read this, man. I got so many Doctor Doom comics to get up. To check on.
Hours back when I'm done saving the world.
Awesome.
I told you I was going to save the world, but this is just the first step. And so ever since then, he's been Doctor Strange, essentially. He's been the Sorcerer Supreme.
So yeah, he's saving the world. And that's what he's doing right now. He's still saving the world. Him ruling the world is saving it. So I'm sorry, Strange. You're not getting your cloak back. You're not getting the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme back. Because you will just want to bring everything back to normal. And that's not what the Sorcerer Supreme is supposed to do. You're just abusing your powers.
Now, he's been going on various missions, right? The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man was tasking Spider-Man, but it seemed more like a distraction, right? Just like all these little campaigns and things like that. But he's been popping in and out of stories and just kind of like calling into question everything that makes the superheroes, right? Like when he showed up to the Avengers, it was like, hey, Avengers, here's a question for you, right? If you were capable of making the world better, why isn't it better already, right? That kind of thing, right? That sort of, question that calls into question everything.
100% agree. The Avengers have so much power, they should be able to make the world a better place. But the only thing they want to do is keep the status quo. That's the only thing they want to do. And that doesn't make them heroes. That just makes them guards of corrupt officials. So the Avengers are not heroes.
Thing about them being heroes in the world. But that's why you see this kind of going back and forth and even a bit of arguing here. But one of the big questions Squirrel Girl asks here is like, if this is really something related to magic, then why has it not affected us too, right? Because during the Emperor Doom storyline, when he used the powers of the Purple Man, it affected everybody except for Simon Williams, because he was actually in like a tank designed
Simon Williams. Is that Wonder Man?
to analyze his powers, so he was shielded from the effects of Doctor Doom's mind control. But at the same time, the statements made here, right, like Squirrel Girl's right, I feel the same mixture of fear, disappointment,
Squirrel Girl should not be talking, man. Just chew on some nuts. Get out of here.
and just being low-key impressed with Doom that I always have.
Oh, low-key impressed with Doom. Okay, she could keep talking. I take it back.
But at the end of the day, it's just kind of like Wanda chiming
Oh
in
no,
and
there's somebody else
saying,
saying that. Okay.
well, that's the good news.
I don't
We're
know who that
still
is.
ourselves. I do not detect any magical influence here, but neither do
Scarlet Witch. She bad though. Hope she returns for Avengers Doomsday.
detect it around the world's capitals. So he's not using magical abilities to take control of everything, but that's when Black Widow chimes in. The reason why was because she had just kind of been tailing Hydra for some time. And when she pops in here, she was like, so I'm patching
Oh yeah,
you
the
guys
Hydra storyline in this comic is crazy, man. It is insane. I don't know if you read it yet, but Doctor Doom literally, you know, he makes it so that Hydra stops being Nazis, and then the Avengers is like, no, we want you to keep being Nazis because we're the good guys. These bunch of dorks.
in because this is all about to get a whole lot bigger. Because you pick up with Baron Zemo.
Baron
right?
Zemo.
And Baron Zemo, ever the guy
Fuck
who,
this
if
guy.
anything, wants to be the one to take over the world. So if for nothing else,
The only
seeing
thing I
Dr.
hate
Doom
more
as
than fake
competition
heroes is
literally
Nazis,
addresses the
man.
people, like the entire world, the same way Doom did. And he says, people of Earth, I, Baron Zemo, am reaching you using the same broadcast override that Doom did, but unlike him, I will make this brief. Many of you do not like me, but don't worry. We in Hydra have long known that we do not need your love to earn your respect.
You better shut up, man. Baron Zemo is such a douchebag. Like, how come it's the year 2025, you're still freaking Nazi, and you're still, get out of here, man. He gets what's coming to him.
And if you know anything, know this. Neither Baron Zemo nor Hydra itself will ever be ruled over by anyone, much less by a ruthless, degenerate mongrel.
You gotta shut the fuck up with your ugly freaking sock over your face, man. Baron Zemo, get out of here. Nobody cares about you and your green freaking lackeys, man. You're just a bad person. You're just a horrible guy. You probably smell with that sock over your face. What kind of mask is that even, man? Bunch of losers, man. Get out of here with this Hydra bullshit, man. Who gives a fuck about Hydra? Damn. If Captain America was a real one, he would have already put a cap in your ass. It's insane that these heroes would put up with literal Nazis. Oh, we can't kill you. We have a moral code. They're Nazis. What? Fucking Hydra, man.
The very
Suck
idea
a bag
is
of
laughable.
donkey dicks.
Doom playing at being emperor, a man whose ancestors never even earned themselves a homeland.
You better shut the fuck up, man. What are you talking about? So what? You're not even like you're in Doctor Doom's little toe. He has more right to rule over the entire world than you have of owning a freaking chicken. One chicken. It is just disgusting. If you think that you have anything to bring to this conversation, Baron Zemo, just ugly ass dude, man. How old is this guy? Wasn't his father before him like Baron Zemo? Like your dad was disgusting. You are disgusting. Ugh. This guy is gross.
My forces and I are on the edge of Latveria.
Good luck with that, you dumbass.
Permeable to us thanks to our superior Hydra technology. We now march on Doomstad. We march on Doom.
Doomstat.
And we will end this ridiculous charade once and for all. And he's like, Hydra, move out. And then it cuts. Now, at that point, Black Widow is just like, I'm
Ridiculous charade. You just seen your freaking face, man.
going to follow them in. But no, like, I don't know what this barrier is about. So you guys may end up losing my signal. And of course, this signal fades. And so at that point,
No
they're like,
way they
we
can
got to go,
penetrate
right? I mean, like,
Doomstadt.
honestly, we're not going to work with Hydra because the initial thought of Tony Stark is, I know we don't really like Hydra Cap, but like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
What are you
And Steve
talking
Rogers is like,
about? What? They want to join Hydra? This comic is showing the true colors of these people. Jeez, man. They want to join Hydra just to stop Doom from doing the right thing? These Avengers are disgusting. These guys are disgusting. Horrible people. You would rather work with Hydra, the same people that helped Hitler fight in the Second World War. You will rather support them than Doctor Doom? What? Oh. These are no heroes. These are no heroes. I say again, they will do anything to keep the status quo as it is. Even if that means supporting literal Nazis. What the fuck, man? Disgusting.
like, no, never, right? At this point, we're facing
Horrible.
off against two enemies now. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, okay, we need to get there to Doomstadt, right? If they can penetrate the force field in Doomstadt, so can we. And that's our chance to take down Doctor Doom.
There's no way they can penetrate that force field. The only reason they got let in, I'm going to just say, is because Doctor Doom let them in because they're walking into his trap. There's no way they would get through the impenetrable border of LATVERIA. Not a chance.
And to end this campaign before it gets off the ground. Because between Reed Richards, the Fantastic Four, and those individuals like Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, whether between their magical prowess, their intelligence, or just history with Doom, they know the longer this goes on for, the more dug in Victor's going to become, and the more difficult it's going to be to oust him. And so Susan Storm...
You're not going to be ousting him. No way.
Probably one of the coolest things that I think I've ever seen her character do. Just creates like a gigantic invisible...
Really? I like Susan Storm, you know. She's a baddie. Susan Storm is a baddie, but the coolest thing you've ever seen her do is make an airplane. What are you talking about? Half the superheroes can fly. What?
747. And it's just like, let's fly. And so they just kind of like take off right to Doomstadt. But when they get there to where this barrier... Right,
I hope Susan sneezes and they all drown to death in the Pacific Ocean.
Cases the lands. The Thing, of course, goes to punch it, believing that he could at the very least do enough damage to crack it. And
freaking rocks for brains over here. Oh, I'm gonna punch the big green impenetrable shield. It will do something. Get it out of here, you big ugly blarney stone.
Nothing happens. And that's when Black Widow shows back up. And she's like, now you guys see the problem that I had following them in. She's like, I tried to tell you guys, but the...
Did you, like, die sacrificing yourself for an Infinity Stone? Get out of here, Black Widow.
...was getting interfered with and all that kind of stuff. But, like, you can't get in there. Right? I could not get in there. Like, I don't know how in the world they got in there, but, like, somehow they're in...
Because they got let in. These dudes are all tripping. They all got lead poisoning or something, man. Are they dumb?
And so we need to figure out a way to get in. But at the same time,
no,
what also
you don't have to get in.
In the middle of all of this,
just do nothing.
Suddenly, Baron Zemo lights up a broadcast
keep the new status quo
alongside Doctor Doom, and he's like, "Actually, everybody, I was mistaken." And the way this is done is kind of hilarious. I love the way that Ryan North does this, right? Because it's not grandiose. He's like, "Hello again, Earth. Baron Zemo here to announce that in fact I was mistaken. Doom is doing what's best for the world, and Hydra's going to join him. There is a better way, and Doom has found it." So he's just kind of like, anything...
That's the one thing that I have a little bit of a problem with while reading this comic, is the amount of reasons it gets interrupted for a televised message. Like, this is like, I think the third time in this comic, and it happens 2 more times. Like, 5 times to have like a storytelling device where you tell the audience what is happening. Exposition, I mean. Little bit lazy writing. That's it could have been done a little bit different.
anything that Doom needs, Hydra will help him with. We will be the way
But that's
in which
good.
Doom builds school
It's
systems,
a good thing
all
that's
this stuff,
happening.
to make the
At
world
the
a
same
better
time, I don't
place
think so.
for
I think
you,
just let the Doom
the
bots do
people.
it.
And so it's kind of fascinating because, like, everybody here is like, dude, it's got to be fit. There's no way this is real. There's no way that Hydra is working alongside Doctor Doom. Number one, because Doctor Doom doesn't respect Hydra. They're holdovers from the German.
Yeah, of course, he doesn't respect them. But if you know what's going on, if you've already read the comic, you know that he's playing a different game. But we'll see. We'll see.
During World War II. He's never going to ally himself with
No.
those guys.
No way.
And at the same time, Hydra would see Doom as a threat to their ability to rule. No way would Baron Zemo bend the knee to Victor Von Doom. Not a chance. Something has to be going on. And so in turn, they split in two. Because one of the things they pick up on is the fact that...
Split in two, man. You can split a third in two for all I care, man. These Avengers can twiddle their thumbs. Get out of this story. I just want more Doom.
There's a broadcast, right? That broadcast seemed to originate from Hydra's actual flying city. Right? It's
they have a
crazy.
flying
it's
city
huge in size, but it's just a flying city out there in the world.
Just
And
shoot
so
that
splitting
out of the
teams in
sky.
two, one half will stay here in Latveria and try to figure out a way to crack the shield. The other half will travel to where where Hydra is and try to take them out as well and deal with Baron Zemo directly. Now, the other thing I love about this, the way that Ryan North handles it, is that it feels very much like the old Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Roy Thomas, Steve Englehart kind of story, where it's like, instead of giving you a time frame, it's just like, shortly, ...
Okay.
I love the way that happens. But ultimately, like, the Avengers make their move, or at least one part of the team makes their move. So you've got Iron Man, Reed Richards, Sam Wilson, you've got Storm, and so on. When they show up here, that Baron Zemo's just like, yep, they're making their move, right? And
So basically, Hydra has confirmed that they are right now working for Doom to make the world a better place. They have bent the knee, and right now they're using their resources to rebuild schools, build hospitals, and do good stuff. So these horrible people have been converted to the rule of Latveria to make the world a better place. And the Avengers literally show up to beat the fuck out of these bad people who are right now doing something good just because they are not doing it the way they want to do it. Just because they are not working for the corrupt officials the Avengers are working for, and they're doing it in the name of Doom, they are beating these people up, which is disgusting. They literally have a flying city in Earth. Why don't you just go to the flying city, destroy the flying city, bring them in, kill them, or put them in prison, whatever you want to do with your moral code, instead of now when they are finally doing something which is good, stopping them from doing that, it is just disgusting.
So at that point, he tells his guys, get ready for the attack, right? Like, attack all of these guys. Now, the fight that breaks out here is not the most significant fight, but again, the
Easy
superhero's
money.
desire to preserve life is arguably their weakness in a circumstance like this. That yes, they're willing to take out members of Hydra, but they also kind of want to preserve life as best they can because they're heroes, and that's exactly what they're supposed to do. The cool thing about this is that initially the door to the Hydra fortress is just unbreakable, right? Nobody can get through it. It's fortified and all that kind of stuff. But like Iron Man destroys it, right? Like he literally obliterates the entrance to this place.
Whoa, great job.
But the way he does it is amazing.
Okay.
Because what he does is he tells Baron Zemo, because Baron Zemo is just like, what is this madness, right? And he says, you know, quick tip for you. It's something Black Widow once told me. You can secure a door as much as you want, but it's only ever as secure as the wall that it's attached to.
What? That's crazy. Baron Zemo is an idiot who doesn't know anything about construction. So he made an impenetrable door, but not an impenetrable wall? That just means that you're a fucking idiot, Zemo. Yeah.
Which is kind of true, right? Like this, if you can't
It is
the door,
true.
just knock down the wall, right? So it's it's kind of genius, right? Just how they have this whole interaction. But the fight between them is intense. But Captain America immediately picks up on the fact that something's wrong.
The
Right?
fight between
Something is
Zemo.
off here. That something with Baron
Zemo ain't
Zemo
shit.
isn't quite right. Because at that point, it's like you dare place hands upon Baron Helmet Zemo. That's not how he talks. It's not how he normally conveys himself, right? He's like, Hydra will not prevent this. Doom will not permit this. And that's when the question is asked, when does Hydra submit to Doom? And the question that's asked here by Steve Rogers is, what do you know of October 1st, 1945? Zemo doesn't know. And that's where Steve Rogers is like,
Oh yeah, it's a Doom bot. So yeah. So basically what Doctor Doom did is he you're gonna see it in a little bit, but he made Zemo replace him with a Doom bot and made all of the Hydra people do something good, and the Avengers just stopped it. Horrible.
exactly what I thought. And he knocks his head off his shoulders, and it's a Doom bot. It's not really Baron Zemo.
But this is like
And so
a
one of the
Doombot
cool
that
things,
sucks.
right, when
It's
the
not a
Doombot
good
head is
Doombot like
handed
me.
over to Reed reveals here that for the longest time, he's actually recovered Doombots under various circumstances. They
Wow.
all carry recordings, and that Reed himself has actually been able to crack these and access the recordings. Something that Dr. Doom never really fortified against. One, because he never believed anybody could do it. And because he didn't know that Reed could do it, he's never had a reason to believe that anybody's ever actually done it. And so when they do this, what you end up seeming to learn here.
Yeah, so what happened is Doctor Doom just killed Baron Zemo, something that the Avengers should have done a long time ago. You know? So what Doom did, Doom killed Baron Zemo immediately when he had the chance, which is what you are supposed to do with a literal Nazi, you know? For the Captain America was all about that, killing Nazis. So Doctor Doom does what needs to be done, convinces all of the other Hydra agents that their leader has bent the knee, and they all, at the moment, were building schools and hospitals, making the world a better place, and Avengers just decided to destroy this plan. Why? Just because they don't think Doctor Doom is the right way forward, even though their way forward is only leading to corruption, death, and nothing but pain and suffering in today's world. So the Avengers are no superheroes. They are lackeys for the system.
Here is that Baron Zemo had at one point encountered Victor Von Doom. And when that happened, Doom killed him, annihilated him on the spot, and
How
then
it should
turned him
be.
into a Doombot.
Of course.
Right? And so he's like, wow. Like, and that's where Storm's like, he really did take the easiest path available.
Yeah.
He killed Zemo and then replaced him with an obedient Doombot.
Of course.
But here's the thing. Sometimes the best plans
Are
the
simple.
simplest plans.
Yeah.
The ones that are just the easiest to implement. And what's easier to do here, right? Use some grand, magical spell to, ensnare, Baron Helmut Zemo, who's already experienced against virtually every kind of superhero out there and would likely be fortified against it, right? Or to just be like, kill him. And replace him with a Doombot.
Of course.
Like that. Right? It's just the easiest thing to do. And it's the smartest thing to do. Because then at that point, the question asked by Johnny Storm is, does this mean that he's killed every world leader and replaced them with a Doombot? And
I don't know. Do something about Avengers. Kill every single world leader Avengers and see if they're Doombots.
Right, for right now, Doom's lying to the world. Right, he's acting like he's changing
Being sarcastic,
into this great leader, trying to buy love with bread and circuses. But he has not changed a bit. And we just found the smoking gun. And it's
the smoking gun killing a Nazi. What are you talking about? Ugh.
Like, what we have here is proof that this whole thing is a fraud founded on death. And so he asked the question, right, Reed, can you duplicate that broadcast override? A lie can travel around the world much faster than the truth can, especially if the truth isn't as interesting as the lie. And he's like, I want to.
And this is what I'm talking about. It's like the fourth time in this comic we're getting a big broadcast where they talk to every single body. Like, what TV channel is this actually? Is this like the World TV?
Truth, a fighting chance. So of course, Tony broadcasts out to the world, and he kind of really addresses the situation.
Tony,
he's like, okay,
dumbass.
guys, look. So it's been a crazy morning, right? Dr. Doom addresses all of you, saying that he's taken over the world.
This
and
all
then
happened in
Baron
one
Zemo
day.
addresses you and says, no, he's not.
Crazy.
And now we're addressing you, saying neither of them are, right? So yes, I'm sure it's just kind of been an emotional roller coaster, or maybe it's just a Tuesday, right? I guess it kind of depends on what you have going on in your life at the moment. But the fact is, he's like, what's going on here is Dr. Doom is not the hero that he's pretending to be. Dr. Doom is just like the Dr. Doom he's always been. And so what
He's
he
always
does,
been
or at
the
least what Iron Man
hero
does, is he
of the Marvel
broadcasts
Universe.
the footage to the world of Dr. Doom killing Baron Zemo and replacing him with a Doombot.
Great
so
job
when that happens
traumatizing
and
these
he
kids.
addresses right? Everybody in the world. Hydra also overhears this. And so Hydra realizes Dr.
And
Doom.
this is what happens then. They realize their leader is dead. So what they do now is they start hurting the innocents again. Only because the Avengers have too much pride to work for Doom. Horrible people.
Doom killed their leader. And so while Hydra, this entire time, has been like helping to build facilities and different things like that, which seems to have been done in record pace. I mean, seemingly a couple hours ago.
Hard workers,
right?
I guess.
Zemo was like, we're going to attack them, right? And now they're already like building stuff. It's kind of nuts, right? Villains are nothing if not efficient.
They are efficient,
Hydra
I guess.
Just loses it, right? And they're just like, our leader's been murdered, right? Like, all of your lives are now forfeit. And they literally turn their guns on everybody. Now, what's crazy is Alicia Masters seems to be here with Baby Ben, right? So it's just kind of like, this is nuts,
Baby
right? Like,
Ben.
this is kind of wild. Because at that point, when they make their move and they go to start attacking people, Dr. Doom shows up.
Oh, shit.
Right?
This looks crazy. Oh, shit. Yeah, he's riding Devil Dinosaur in the Dr. Doom armor. This looks sick. Oh, this is awesome. What a finale.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex.
What?
And if ever you need to question the greatness of Dr. Doom,
Damn.
there were a moment
I need
in
that
the
poster,
history
man.
of your life, of
That's
your
gonna be
existence
dope hoodie.
as a comic book fan, where you sat and wondered, is Dr. Doom really as awesome as people say
Bro,
he is?
yeah.
Let this answer that question.
Jeez.
I mean, let this answer that question.
That looks
ladies
sick.
and gents. Right? Because with this just gigantic Tyrannosaurus Rex,
Whoa.
that in turn, he actually addresses the world and does
For the fifth time.
perfect answer here.
This was my problem while reading this comic book, is that 5 times in this comic book, just like, he's like addressing, he is addressing these people. But damn, I don't want to talk, I don't want to be too negative. I just want to show you guys, this image just goes so hard. Dr. Doom riding a Tyrannosaurus Rex in a Dr. Doom armor. This is sick. That is sick. That is reason enough to own this comic. Okay, where were we? Squirrel
My
Girl.
subjects, a confession. I did lie to you, but I do not apologize for it. And he says, yes,
He
I
shouldn't.
killed Zemo. Months ago, I killed the Red Skull too.
Yes!
These guys were, in short, a problem. One that
100%. That's what should happen to these guys, to these horrible people.
Earth's mightiest heroes have been trying and failing to solve
Yeah.
since World War II.
Yeah, but yes.
Doom did it for you in a day. A slight deception,
Awesome.
a simple lie of omission. And I had
Awesome.
Hydra clearing landmines. I had them building schools, hospitals. Unfortunately, the Avengers and their ilk could not stand
Dope.
it. So rather than risk their decades of ineptitude, their fundamental
Ineptitude. That's the exact word you should use to describe the Avengers.
being revealed, they tore down my work. If they couldn't save you, then they would ensure no one else could save you.
Whoa! I could not have said that better. This is some great writing. I love the speeches. I don't like the way the speeches are communicated to the people, but this is just amazing writing. How Doctor Doom is written and how he explains why the Avengers are not the heroes they pretend to be. Just great stuff.
Makes them look like villains, right? He makes it look
Yet
like
they are villains.
Like they don't want you to have a better life.
No, they
I'm
don't.
trying to give you a better life.
They
Right? I'm
don't.
trying to give you a life beyond the world that they provide you. The world they provide you is a world of suffering. They provide you a world of struggle and strife, all under this banner of freedom and all that kind of stuff. But I can give you a better world. All I ask is for a small willingness to recognize me as your leader. What's more important to you? To keep your lives exactly the same and for them to become better than they are right now and to bend the knee? Or to live in a world of corruption and greed that is protected by superheroes who are more a part of the problem?
This is what I've been saying the whole time. This is what Doom gives to us. Doom gives us real freedom by taking the freedom to be horrible and evil away from us. It takes away the freedom to profit of war. It takes away the freedom to profit of other people's misery. This is the only way forward. Doom is the only way forward.
Then a part of the solution,
Amazing
because
speech.
the world's not better, and it hasn't been better since they've been here. Which
Yeah.
one is better, right? And so he kind of leaves the question to the people, right? Like, which one is better to you? And as this whole broadcast is being made, Tony Stark is like, he saw us coming, right? And Reed's just like, yeah, man, we played right into his hands. We played right into his hands, right? And he says, in this way, those so-called heroes were correct. This was the only chance to bend Hydra to useful ends.
Yeah.
And it is now truly dead by their hands. But I will clean up their mess. You are safe and you are cared for. Doom is wisdom. Doom is power. Doom is prosperity. And so literally you have Alicia Masters here, right? The girl of Ben Grimm, where she's like, only Doom can save us. So it's no longer this situation of like Dr. Doom trying to take over the world.
Get out of here, Ben, you dumbass. Even your girlfriend knows that Doom is the only way. She's blind, and even she can see the truth. Damn, man. Only Doom can save us. That's a dope line.
The superheroes are trying to fight him because they don't want to see the world change. Instead, it's now a story of the people believe in him. So what do you do if you are a superhero and you see that a villain is trying to take over the world? And now it's not just a fight against the villain. You're trying to convince the people that he swayed that the life that they're walking away from is somehow better than the life that they're going to, despite all the evidence to the contrary showing that under his rule and his leadership, life would be better, right?
100%. Life would be better under Doom. And don't call him a villain again, Comics Explained. Dr. Doom ain't no villain. He is the ultimate hero of the Marvel Comics universe.
You're asking them to walk headlong into a worse world. No one's gonna do that. With that being said, guys, we're gonna bring this video to an end. Let me know what you guys think about this so far. This story is incredible at the moment. I'm so excited to see where it goes. But thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all later.
So yeah, my fellow Doombots, I really liked this Comics Explained video. I really liked the way he tied it back to like previous instances where Doom took over the world. I had not read that Emperor Doom storyline yet. That is something that I will check out in the future. Maybe I'll check out one of his videos. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you enjoy this video? Yeah, this is it for me. Doombot out, and have yourself a happy Doomsday. And of course, I will be covering the second part of One World Under Doom. I think this is going to be like 6 or 9 comics, so I will be covering all of those over here. If you liked it, leave a comment, subscribe, all of the good stuff. Also, check out Comics Explained, because they made the video that I reacted to. Got some good insights from this dude. And yeah, that's it for me. Doombot out, and have yourself a happy Doomsday.